Zui TV.
A strange, reedy tune, like a flute made of wind, drifted through the closed window. Zui, who was in the middle of building a towering block castle, stopped and tilted his head. The sound was soft, almost shy, but it pulled at him with a quiet insistence. It wasn't a sound from the street or the neighbor's yard. It felt older, wilder, and it seemed to be coming from the small, dusty corner beneath his bed, where forgotten toys and old drawings lived. With a newfound curiosity, Zui got on his hands and knees and peered into the darkness.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to watch my videos daily.
There, nestled behind a lost toy car, a new portal shimmered into being, a perfect circle of misty green light that pulsed with the gentle rhythm of the flute-like music. The light was cool and smelled faintly of wet earth and growing things. Zui, who had learned that magic was not something to be feared, didn't hesitate. He crawled through the opening, the world around him blurring into a swirl of emerald and jade.
Wow!
When he emerged, he was standing in a place completely different from the whispering grove he knew. This was a bamboo forest, where towering green stalks stretched toward a sky of muted pearl and the air was thick with the scent of fresh leaves. The gentle music was all around him now, and he noticed that it was coming from the bamboo stalks themselves, swaying in a soft, unseen breeze. As Zui walked deeper into the forest, he noticed a little rustle behind a thicket of bamboo. He stopped, holding his breath, and watched. He didn't want to frighten whatever was there. Slowly, a small, round head with fuzzy black ears peeked out. It was a panda. A little panda, with big, curious eyes that looked at him shyly.
That is unbelievable!
Zui knew that pandas were gentle creatures, but also that they were quiet and preferred to be left alone. Instead of rushing forward, he sat down on the ground, making himself small and non-threatening. He simply waited, watching the panda, and let the quiet of the forest settle over them. The little panda, seeing that Zui was not going to chase it, it emerged fully from the bamboo, its black and white fur as soft as a cloud.
Oh, that is so cute!
It sat down and began to nibble on a bamboo stalk, chewing slowly and deliberately.
Beautiful!
Its movements were so careful and peaceful, as if it had all the time in the world. Zui knew that he couldn't speak, not in this quiet place. So, he decided to try something else. He hummed a soft, wordless tune, one that his mother often sang to him as she tucked him in at night. It was a simple, gentle melody that sounded like a lullaby. The panda stopped chewing for a moment, its head tilted, listening intently. Zui continued to hum, and as he did, he noticed the panda's every movement with a new kind of wonder. He saw how its strong, little paws delicately held the bamboo, how its teeth expertly stripped the stalk of its tough outer layers, and how its eyes would close in pure satisfaction as it chewed on the sweet, inner part.
Look at that!
Zui felt a warmth spread through his chest, a feeling of understanding that went beyond words. He wasn't just watching a creature, he was seeing a friend and a fellow explorer. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, smooth, polished stone he often carried.
Impressive!
He laid it on the mossy ground between them, a small offering of peace and friendship. The panda looked at the stone, then at Zui with its big, kind eyes, then back at the stone. It nudged the stone with its nose, then, with a shy flick of its ear, picked up a fresh bamboo shoot and nudged it towards Zui in return. It was a clear invitation to share. Zui had never eaten bamboo before. With a little trepidation, he took the bamboo shoot and took a small bite. The crunch was surprisingly loud in the quiet forest. It wasn't at all what he expected.
Wow!
It was crunchy, with a subtle, sweet taste, like a less sugary stalk of celery. He grinned at the panda, who seemed to understand perfectly and gave a small, happy chuffing sound. They ate their bamboo side by side, the only sounds being the gentle rustle of leaves and the satisfying crunch of their shared meal. In that moment, surrounded by the beautiful, serene forest, Zui knew that this was a friendship born of quiet moments and simple acts of kindness. As the sun began to slant through the bamboo stalks, Zui knew his time in the forest was coming to an end. He looked at his new friend and made a silent promise to return. The panda, as if sensing his thoughts, nudged him one last time and then disappeared back into the rustling stalks. Zui stood up, the green portal still waiting for him. He took one last look at the beautiful, serene forest, and then stepped back through the misty light. He landed softly on his bedroom floor. The magical light behind his bed winked out. The scent of bamboo faded from the air, but the feeling of quiet, patient friendship remained. Zui looked at his block castle, which now seemed less like a conquest and more like a quiet home. He knew now that some of the greatest adventures aren't about big, noisy rocket ships or loud treasure hunts.